In part 2 of the experiment, I'm going to change the length of the wire, but keep the current constant throughout the entire part of the experiment. If I zoom in here, you can see that the current that I have right now is 1.01 amps. That works, as long as it stays at 1.01 amps throughout the entire part of the experiment. The length of the wire that I'm going to use is 8.4 centimeters, or at least that's the one that I'm going to start with, because that's the one that I ended with in part 1, and it's already in there. So 8.4 centimeters is the first length of wire, and the mass that I record as a result of that is 0.70 grams. I would record 1.01 amps for the current throughout the entire part of the experiment, but the first trial of this part of the experiment would have a length of the wire of 8.4 centimeters and a mass of 0.70 grams. Now what I want to do is actually turn the power supply off, change the length of the wire to another length. I'll go with 6.4 centimeters. So my second length of wire in this part of the experiment is 6.4 centimeters. Plug it in here, put it down just like we did in the first experiment, making sure that it's not touching either pole of the magnet. Right now it's reading essentially 0. I'm going to press 0 on the scale because the power supply is off and there should be no current going through it right now, so it should read 0. But as I turn the power supply back on, I can see that my current once again is 1.01 amps because I didn't change either dial on the power supply, but this time my mass is 0.52 grams. So trial number 2, I've got a length of the wire of 6.4 centimeters and a mass of 0.52 grams. Trial number 2. Trial number 3. I'm going to turn the power supply off again, just to be safe. Take out this cartridge. I'm going to put in a new cartridge, this time that is 1.2 centimeters. Put it down, make sure that it's in between the poles of the magnet. Should read 0. Once again, let's press the 0 button. Turn on the power supply. You notice my current remains at 1.01 amps, but my mass is now 0.11 grams. So trial number 3, my length is 1.2 centimeters, and my mass is 0.11 grams. Trial number 4. Trial number 4. Trial number 5. Trial number 5. And last trial, number 6. There's only 6 trials in this part of the experiment because we only have 6 cartridges to put between the poles of the magnet. Trial number 6, the last trial.